Alright, next up we got this chick. This is Zahir's girl. She has the powers of Mr. What's his, what's his name? Mr. Sparky Boom Boom Man or something like that. Sparky Boom Boom Man. She has his powers. Um, I guess like serviceable is good for her. Yeah, I'll say serviceable because it's cool seeing like that power actually come back to the show, well, the series. And I mean, this is kind of just like an aesthetic type of thing, but I like how she's like really like tall, and she's like a really like big chick, and she's with this dude who's kind of short, so it's like it's actually kind of cool seeing like a short guy and a tall woman couple because like you barely like ever see that in TV. So I mean that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean that's kind of. Oh, you know what? I vaguely remember the way she like was defeated. Like I vaguely remember her like it being kind of like a gruesome and also kind of like tragic death for a kid show. Anyway, that's kind of all I can really say about her. Decent character, I guess. This is the waterbending chick in Zahir's crew. She's because I like Zahir's crew just like on a fighting standpoint. So I'll just say serviceable, just because I like because they're not really meant to be super like complex characters aside from Zahir. So yeah, I'll just say serviceable just because she gave some pretty good fight scenes. So this lady has no arms, by the way, and she uses like water bending to like kind of like give herself arms, which is interesting. So aesthetically interesting character for sure. All right, now we've got the very first lava bender of the series. I don't know. There might be lava benders in the comics. I don't read the comics, so I wouldn't know. I will say serviceable just because, he doesn't really, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't really have a personality. He just introduced, like, one of the coolest concepts in the series. She has a personality, though. Like, she was pretty memorable and terrifying, so that's why I put her up here, and I'm putting him down here, so. But yeah, I mean, that's all I could really say about Zahir's crew. Now we have this chick. Who is she again? She's from Korra, obviously, because, I don't remember a whole lot of characters from Korra. Where do I put this character? Boring. I'll just put her in boring. I don't remember much at all about her. You know what? I think she was her daughter, like this character's daughter. I'm pretty sure that's who she was. Oh yeah, she was Bolin's chick, I think. Yeah, now it's slowly starting to come back to me. But yeah, she was very. It's kind of weird. She was. Well, I guess it wasn't that weird that she's in this list because I didn't make this list, by the way. Uh, but yeah, just boring. I guess a nice little side piece for Bolin, but overall just boring. Now we got this kid, also pretty boring. He was actually kind of annoying too, because he started off as a thief. I mean, I like that his character like developed and he became like a better person and a good guy. But when they did that, like, I mean, it didn't really go too far, so they didn't really do a whole lot with him. So forgettable. I mean, I guess the haircut like makes him stand out. So I mean, that's purely aesthetic, obviously. So I mean, that's not really giving his actual character a lot of merit. So all right, next up we got we're moving on to Aang's kids, the other two. We've got, I'm pretty sure this guy's name is Boomy, named after King Boomy, pretty sure. This guy is, I'd say he's good. I got some entertainment out of Boomy. Yeah, he was a pretty good character. I liked how he was kind of like the goofball of the three. And that's fitting since he's named after Boomy. He I think he started off as more of like a machinist type of character because he doesn't have any bending naturally. But in season three, I'm pretty sure that's where he got air bending, and he had to like adjust to that and everything. So he was a pretty good character. He was entertaining from what I remember. So I think that's a decent ranking. Now, as far as their sister goes, can't remember her name. Cannot remember her name. I will put her in. Yeah, boring, because I don't really remember her doing much of note. Like, I don't remember her doing a whole lot, to be honest. um, I think her voice actress was a pretty famous voice actress. Like, I'm pretty sure she's the same voice as who, like, what was that lady's name from the Owl House? Yeah, I can't remember her name, but I'm pretty sure she has a very famous voice actress that I've heard in like many TV shows and whatnot. But yeah, don't really remember a whole lot about her. I remember her, Tenzin, and Boomy being trapped in the spirit world or whatever. Or I don't think it was that they were trapped; they were just like trying to like find something, and that was the most you really got out of her character. Besides, like, how she was kind of like jealous of Tenzin for being like the golden boy. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I could say about her. All right, now we got King Boomy. King Boomy is great, great. I love this character. He's very goofy, very he's kind of like he's a little like Yoda esque, I would say. Not necessarily in the sense that he's like a mentor character, but just how like like zany he is. Very good character. Although I will say that like in the episode, like I totally knew the twist. Like I totally knew that kid at the beginning of the episode was him for sure. Like, because, I mean, why else would they introduce that kid, in that same episode? But anyway, aside from that, he was really cool. I like how he was a powerful earthbender. I like his relationship with Aang a lot, He was really cool. I like Boomy. And he sparked a lot of debate with the fan base because he claims to be the best Earthbender that Aang would ever meet. But then he met Toph, and then it's like, wait, is Toph like Toph can metal bend? So, is she or he the best Earthbender? So that sparked a lot of debate. But yeah, overall though, good character. Alright, now we have this chick, serviceable, serviceable. I can't remember what her name is. I think it starts with a Y. um, yeah, this was Sokka's. Well, I guess technically Sokka's first chick was Suki, but like that was kind of like at first it was more of a one-sided thing until she like just straight up kissed him. But then he left, so Suki was kind of forgotten about for a while until like I want to say the middle of season two, maybe. But she was his first like real like romantic relationship though, and then she turned into the moon, so that sucks. uh, but yeah, I mean, just a serviceable character. Nothing too special. I mean, design wise, she's like, I like her design. Cool looking character. But yeah, that's about all I could say about her. Her sacrifice was pretty sad. Pretty tragic stuff. Anyway, moving on. Now we've got Jet. The funny thing about Jet is that I guess I've heard from somebody that like people consider him like the best character in the series. like as far as like writing goes, yeah, I mean, I gotta disagree about that. But I'll say Jet is a. Let's see, is he in the same caliber as these characters though? Yeah, yeah, he's a good villain type of character. I mean, I guess he's not like a villain in the traditional sense. He's a good character, good recurring character for sure. Um, because he's basically a product of poverty. Like he leads this rebel group. This group of rebels. In order to like stand against the Fire Nation, and it's a pretty sorry for hitting the mic there. It's a pretty interesting concept, and it makes a lot of sense for the world. So Jet, he was a good character. I remember him having a pretty tragic ending too, so that was pretty sad. And yeah, he also was a victim of one of the more disturbing concepts of the series, which was actual brainwashing. And yeah, that was a pretty wow unexpected moment. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, good character overall. Now we've got Sokka. Finally, we've got the next G in the series. Sokka is a G. I love Sokka. Which, by the way, I mentioned earlier I didn't make this list, so I don't know why these Last Airbender pictures are obviously not like screenshots from the show. This is like fan art, it looks like. But anyways, that aside, this is very obviously Sokka. Like, Katara doesn't look as recognizable because of the fan art, but, it's definitely Katara. This is obviously definitely Sokka. Yeah, Sokka is a great character. Great, awesome, awesome character. Better than Bolin. Some people like Bolin better, but no, I think those people are wrong. I think Sokka's a lot better. Because Sokka is more, like, consistent. He has a very visible growth in the series. You see that he's a natural born leader. He's also a chick magnet. Like, he may not have mastered bending of all the four nations, but he definitely mastered the women of all nations. But anyway, yeah, Sokka, he's a really, really cool character. Really cool. It's really cool seeing his leadership skills grow throughout the show. It's even in the last like few episodes when he like saved Toph and himself in that like just crazy scenario. That was like, I mean, it was kind of unrealistic to be honest, but like still, it was really cool just seeing him do that. And probably his best episode was the episode where he learned swordsmanship, and that was actually one of the first episodes of Avatar that I like watched the beginning and end, well, beginning to end. And yeah, I like even back then I was like, wow, that's a really good episode, and that was the episode too where I realized that Sokka was a lot more than just a comedic relief character. Because I remember I watched that episode and I was like, wow, this character actually has more going for him than just being a barrel of laughs. I was just like, oh wow, so that's when I realized the creators had a lot more like love and respect for the story and its characters than I realized too. So yeah, Sokka, 100% a fantastic character. I love Sokka. Very, very good character. Awesome character. Next up, we got this dude. Serviceable. I love his voice actor. Very good voice actor. As a villain, he's the like what the leader of the Dai Li, I think. And yeah, I mean he's he's pretty intimidating. He's an intimidating villain. You know, he has a great voice actor that really amplifies that. So decent character for sure. Uh, but to be real though, it is kind of weird how he gets like totally pinned by a 14-year-old. So that's kind of why I like peg him down a little bit, to be honest. Um, because I probably would have put him in good category, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously Azula is like something else. She's not an ordinary 14-year-old, but like, yeah, that's still a little weird in my opinion. So it kind of detracts points from him. Also, I don't even remember his name, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, I would say he's just like a serviceable type of villain. All right, now we've got Wang. No, I don't think his name is Wang, but I kind of want to like. Is it Wu? I think it's like. Let me look it up. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna look it up really quick. I don't know why I did that. Let's see. Was because I know he was the first Avatar. I'm pretty sure who was the first Avatar. Wan, okay. So I was close with Wang, but I was added one extra letter that made it a very awkward sounding name. So his name was Wan, okay. So Wan was, I would say, a great character. I really liked Wan. Yeah, to be real, I actually was more engaged with his story than I wasn't with Korra's story. Wan, I really liked Wan. That's the third great Legend of Korra character for sure. Yeah, I just, I really loved the simplicity of his story. Uh, it was just really interesting seeing how the first Avatar came to be. He was in a very like it was weird because I had such a love hate relationship with how they utilized the spirits in Legend of Korra because sometimes I found it really annoying, but then other times like with Wan's character I thought it was really interesting. It may have been like because I know like the whole light and dark aspect is pretty like cliche, but I thought like as far as his story went, I thought it was pretty effective. So yeah, Wan he only had like what like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, but I thought they utilized him very, very well. I just thought the way he came to be, the first Avatar was just really entertaining. I thought it was a really fun experience, and I thought he was a great character for sure. And not gonna lie, when I went back to Korra's character, I was kind of like, like I was just kind of like, I kind of wish Wan was the main character here. But yeah, I mean Korra though she does like redeem herself in later seasons though. But yeah, Wan I thought was a great character, really cool. I'll just leave it at that because I'm starting to sound a little redundant.